what's the message to the guys this week after you put up so many yards Saturday?
Again, like I said, the stat deal, we left so much out there. That was the frustrating part. You know, we do a good, bad, and ugly tape every week. And we come together as an offense and we show the bad first and then the good. And if we execute, and what Coach talked about, the routine plays, if we execute on that, it was disheartening. First day stuff, that we did some things wrong. I'm talking about first day install. And at the end of the day, that starts with me. It starts with what Coach talks about, the detail and the execution of offense. It takes 11 guys to do the right things, and we just left too much out. So the recipe for this week is for us to get better. And so we're just detailing everything that we do, and we've got to continue to get better to get to the next level. They had great energy. They had great, you know, they're working hard. That's not the problem. The problem is it just you've got to do the little things right at all times. And it's detail, and that's discipline.
How do you improve in the red zone?
Score touchdowns. Take more shots. You know, we've had our recipe's been we've been able to punch it in. We've been able to finish, and we haven't done that. So we've got to be able to when you know, maybe throw the ball a little bit more down there, you know, and take a shot instead of waiting till third down. That can definitely help the situation. But when you do that, then you have to execute it. So we haven't had to do that, you know. We've been very fortunate. So we're looking at a lot of things down there because 7 points, we've got to get 7. We can't keep living on 3.
You said, I think it was after the fumble in the 20, I think it was Mississippi State game when Steven fumbled it, and you took the blame and said it was my fault for putting him in that position. You haven't really put him back in that position since then? Do you feel like you have to at some point? No?
No, that's not, you know, I think it was at that point of the game. Yes, we will put him in that situation again, but at that point of the game, that was a very poor decision by me. I put him in that position the first play of the Tennessee game. We put him in that position the second play of the Tennessee game. He had an opportunity to pull that ball there too. So, but when we were
Just didn't know if that was like a red zone conversation or if that was
it was the situation during Mississippi State. We had a chance to put it away. Don't. We've got plays where we don't have to have him read, and that's what should have been done at that point.
You obviously got a lot of young guys on offense, but what have the seniors you do have met this year for the team?
Really excited for, you know, I think, you know, you just start with Ryan Timmons, and his attitude's been phenomenal, not getting the ball a lot. And, you know, I hope these next couple games as we finish out and that he can have some success. And just his attitude has been so good with everybody because he certainly could have made it a bad situation. JoJo, you know, up and down. He's been hurt a couple of weeks, then he came back, had a good game, then hurt again for 2 or 3 weeks, came back and showed that he's resilient, and you know what John Toth brings to the table, and all those guys, you know, they've been outstanding.
Can it be sometimes tough when you're a new coach in a new school and you got a bunch of kids that are seniors who are used to doing it a certain way, and now you come in and do X and they're used to Y?
Yeah, you know, this is on the, I think, third coordinator, maybe, in 3 years. So that's a great question. Yeah, I think there is an evolution there as you go. But I think they, you know, for the most part, I really believe they've bought into what we're doing, and I would assume that here in the next 3-4 weeks, you know, if we can continue to get better, and I think we've got some really great things to look forward to.
Eddie, at the beginning of the year, there was so much emphasis on tempo and offense. I know when you came on board, that was a big deal. Have you been happy with the tempo this year?
You know what? I think that the other day we had 80-something plays. You know, we've been in the 80s a couple times. I think the recipe for this year, because of what has happened, I think we've slowed it down a little bit, and I think that was the right thing to do. And so, you know, if that changes next year, or this game or the next game, then we'll do it. But that's kind of how it's worked out this year. So, and we've still been able to have a lot of plays in some games, you know. And I tried to get him in really fast, and to where he's got about 25 seconds to 20 seconds to be able to make his reads and make any checks that he needs to do, and so forth. So we've been, knock on wood, you know, the penalties, you know, to the pre-snap ones where you get a delay game or something like that. Those are the ones that are frustrating, and we haven't had too many of those. So, you know, we're trying to play fast enough that those things don't happen.
What have you been telling Sykeem this season? Just sort of, I mean, I assume you're looking toward the future with him in some ways.
Absolutely, and you know, he's one of those other guys that just hasn't had. I told him, you're going to get a chance, you'll get a chance, you'll get a chance, and when you do, you got to be ready. And he was ready, and I was proud of him. It was neat to see his teammates. It's neat to see the running backs congratulating. They were the first three that were up there telling him, you know, what a great job, and everybody knows because the guy busts his tail every day at practice. So, you know, that is something to look forward to in the future.
Eddie, you coached some really good running backs in your career. You've got a chance at 2,000-yard rushers. How does this duo kind of compare to some of those other groups you've coached in the past?
I think they're really talented. You know, I think you get a mixture. You know, when I had Carnell and Ronnie, you know, Ronnie was kind of the bruising kind of back and had a lot of different talents than what Carnell had. But Carnell was that slasher, and I think that's kind of what Boom and Benny have been. And then you had JoJo in there with the yards he's gotten, and he's a little bit more like Benny. And you saw Saeed is a little bit more like Boom. But I think that combo has been really good, and you know, we stack up pretty good.
Everybody good?
Thank you all.
All right, thanks.
Have a great night.